Good morning, everyone. That's why you need a casket now. I'm coming from a country from which came also a chanteur, you know, with Arno. And he once sung, Putain, putain, on est tous des Européens. No. Can I have... Well, I became Secretary General of the Ministry of Social Security in 2002. And what did I found? A ministry which was the worst in the Western Hemisphere. It was not working at all. And the reality was that nobody wanted to work with us because we were that bad. Nobody wanted to associate themselves with us. And we needed those young people. How could we get those young people to come and work with us? Well, we wanted to make an organization for which young people want to work. And people don't want to work for a boss who says when they have to work, where they have to work, and how they have to work. So, in 2004, we set up the whole organization of making a new organization. And the new organization was all about culture. What we are doing has not changed in 12 years. But how we are doing this has changed enormously. And the first thing is people have autonomy. And they want to have autonomy. And the first thing in autonomy is they want to work from home. Why from home? Well, you can't be at Starbucks all the time and drink bad coffee. You want to be at the headquarters of your life, and this is home. And in 100 years' time, people still going to work from home because it's where they organize their life from. But also, they must feel at home at work. And these are the things we were doing. The first days of 2005, 2006, we were thinking of how can we make people work from home? And everybody thought, well, you can't do this with everyone. Why? Because you ask yourself the same stupid question. Who can work from home? Bad question. The question should be, what jobs can't be done from home? And when you do this kind of thing, you find this. Nearly everything can be done from home. Not in a company where you make biscuits, but 72% of the jobs are knowledge economy in our organization. And you can do this every place in the world. So nearly everybody can work from home in our organization. And nearly is 92%. Does everybody want to work from home? No. Only 70% wanted to work from home in the beginning. Now it's more 90% of the people who can. And who can't work from home? Well, the people who are sitting at the reception. We want people to sit over there. But the people who want to work from the call center, they can work from home. They don't have to be there because we have new technology. And the new technology has to come. It used to be like that. So everything has to be digitalized. Why does everybody come to Paris or to Brussels? Because there's a paper file over there. In 2016, paper files, are you crazy? You won't get young people come to work for you if they want to work with paper files. So everything has to be digitalized. We digitalize everything, but of course the processes. Most people are not digitalizing their processes. They are scanning it. So you have to rethink everything. We rethought everything with our people. And of course, you need those kind of technology because you want to hire young people. And for young people, they want to work with state-of-the-art technology because it is, as I told you already, it is this kind of people. And otherwise, they are lost. And they want to work with their devices anytime, any place, but their devices. Why? Because their devices are their identity. Some of them want to belong to the warm family of Apple. And some hate it. They say, it's a sect. We want a Samsung who can explode any time. And of course, technology is not only about hard technology. It's also about social media. In Belgium, and I don't think it's the other way around in France, in Belgium, in 71% of the companies, you can't be on social media while working. Are you crazy? Young people are not going to work for you if you want to ask this, because they're going to feel like this. We beg our people to be on social media so they can tell everybody what a fantastic organization we are. you have to feel home at work. And the first thing is, how do you organize work? How did you organize work in the old days like this? When I arrived there, I had a huge, huge room just for myself. It costed 375,000 euros a year in the center of Brussels. Why? Because I used to be important in these days. Nobody in our organization has his own room anymore because hierarchy doesn't work in an organization. What does work in an organization? It's activity, what you are doing there. And I'm doing the same thing as everyone, as every functionaire in our organization. Because I have to read my emails, I have to sit in meetings, I don't. Others are sitting in meetings because I'm not an expert, I shouldn't be there, it's for them to decide, not for me. But I'm doing the same thing. Why would I need another room, and a bigger room than someone else? So we want it to be like that, very beautiful, as you can see. And you can have meetings here, but we have a lot of video meetings since people are working from home. And they drink a lot of coffee, most of them at home, which is very cheap for the organization. And you will think creativity is something which arises like that in an organization like the one I described. Well, it's not true. When you enter an organization, you smell the bus. And if it smells like this, you're in a big problem. I used to be in a big problem when I made this presentation in London and 4 people from Texas were around. Now, because I told them, this is not the kind of boss you're going to need, because it's someone who thinks he's the smartest of them all and all the rest are dumbheads. You shouldn't ask them anything. But those people have been studying more, sometimes more, than that guy or girl did. How stupid can you be? It used to be like that 100 years ago, when you have to work with a company like Ford and you couldn't read or write. But now those people are very intelligent people and you don't ask them how things have to be done. And they are the experts. You don't know anything about what is going on in your organization. So we want this kind of organization. And of course, like you told us, you need another kind of management. You don't need managers anymore. We only have 3 managers left in our organization. Everything is self-organizing in our organization. And we are a big organization, Social Security in Belgium. And this is what our leaders should do. And when we say make decisions, no, it's not for the bosses to make decisions. The bosses have to make sure that the best decision is made. And most of the time, it's not the decision of the boss. I practically make no decisions. But the decisions who are made in our organization are amongst the best which are made in public sectors, because the people are very intelligent, of course. And this is what we do also. We only ask people to work 80% of the time. But of course, they have to do another 20%, which means being innovative. And so we leave everything open. And we ask every team in our organization not to find solutions for their problems. They always find the same solutions. So they ask everyone in the organization, please come and talk with us about how we can change these kind of things in our organization. So they have to spend, if they want to, 20% of their time finding solutions for problems in our organizations, but not in their own teams. If they don't want to do this, of course, they have to work another 20%. And they have to be proud of what they are doing. Otherwise, people are demotivated. And this is why they should be on social media, to tell them, well, everyone in the world, what fantastic work they are doing. We don't tell people when to work, because we don't believe in a time clock. The time clock means that there is a serious possibility that you are in the building. That's the only thing which you are sure of. You never know if people are working when they are sitting behind a computer. And so what do? We talk with our people about the results we should get. And we tell them what we want, they tell them what they want, and they tell us how they will achieve those kind of results. And this is all we are doing. And they are talking with each other without a boss around. And so they are sharing their experiences and making sure everything goes well. And everything goes well in the end, more than well. And we don't tell people how to work. They are better educated than we are. It would be stupid to do this. And of course, you would not be authentic if you do this. And young people want authentic bosses, authentic leaders. They want an employer who is for real, who is not lying to them, who has no secret agenda, who knows that people are hired because of their personality, not of their diplomas. On a marre des diplômes. You can't do anything with diploma. Of course, we want intelligent people, but we don't care what diploma you have. You have seen how we look like now. Beautiful environment. Who has thought about this? Someone who has studied political science. So why should we care about diplomas? We should care about what people care about, where they have talent about. And mostly it's not what you have studied. So we learned everything from the Rolling Stones. I learned everything. I can't sing. That's the only thing I can do. All the rest I can be like the Rolling Stones. I can be as ugly as they are. But one day, the drummer is going to leave because he's going to say, oh no, Mick Jagger has made another woman pregnant and she is barely 18 years old. And Keith Richards has snuffed another kind of ashes. He even tried the ashes of his father. Unbelievable. I say, find another drummer. What are the Rolling Stones going to do? Are they going to put an ad saying, we want a drummer who can keep pace? I don't think so. They're going to say, we want a fucking Rolling Stone who can play the drums. And this is what we want. We want fucking people in our organizations who can be fonctionnaire. And I'm getting to it. People don't want to work for an organization who is part of the problem of our world, of our environment. They want to be part of the solution. So we drive electric cars. We make our own electricity. You have seen the place we are working in. It's one of the biggest towers in Brussels, and we make a lot of wind. Fonctionnaire always make a lot of wind, but we make also real wind, and we put it into energy, and we put it in our cars. This is what people want. And one mistake I made, I was thinking, well, you can ask people everything about how things should be done in your organization, but not about strategy. That's too high flung for them. They're not going to do this. Forget it. In 2011, we changed in 2009. It took us 4 or 5 years to get there. Why? We didn't want consultants. Consultants came in and told us what to do. We don't want to be told what to do. Nobody in our organization wants to be told what to do. We know what must be done, and we were talking among each other what should be done. And so it took a lot of time, because in the beginning, you need a lot of trust. People don't trust you. They are used to secretary generals who told them what to do. And when they did something wrong, they were smacked against the wall. So it took a long time to build the trust. And then in 2009, we changed, and we had I'm going to tell you about the results in a minute. But in 2011, I was thinking about a new strategy, and my people told me, you are not going to think about a new strategy, you're going to do it with us. And we did it, and we have a fantastic strategy now. We want to destroy our ministry. And to make small agencies which are more competent in doing what they should do. And the ministers were stupefied when we told them. They are still stupefied. I have to tell them in the afternoon in the Belgian parliament, so I have to leave, but I get back in the evening. And of course, the employee has to love it. Otherwise, they're not going to do this. It must be part of their lives, because work-life balance, forget, it's about life. Work is life. It's not work and life. And so I have only 2 roles. I make sure the strategy is going to be executed, and talking with my ministers to get it done, which is not easy, and I do the branding, which I am doing now. And you need your people to implement it. You are not needed to implement the strategy they made. And in 2009, we moved to the finance tower. And in 2010, I was getting some blue purples over here, because I was doing like that all the time. 23% productivity rise the first year. The second year, 11% productivity rise. And now people say we are going down. No, productivity rise. 11%, it's fantastic. Say, no, we could do better. Let us go to the processes again. And the next year, we got 15% productivity rise again. We are still in the double digits productivity rise, still now after 5-6 years. But this is not what makes us very happy. What makes us very happy is that we see that the employee really chooses when he or she is working. And why is this important? It's not about this. It's not about, well, we don't have to go to Brussels or to Paris. The real thing is they can do this, and I hope you can read it at the end. The less is like Carrefour, you know. In our country, people can do what they want. One little story, and the story is one day a young girl came up to me and she was weeping, and I asked her, what is going on? And she said, I'm so happy. And I say, oh, this is strange. I say, don't be funny. I have a very strange story. Last week, my friend told me on the phone that she has breast cancer. 20 minutes later, I was sitting next to her. And we have to wait up till 6 o'clock for the next girlfriends to arrive, because they were not permitted to come from their bosses. This is what happens in an organization in which people are happy. They are boss of their lives. They are the CEO of their own lives, and they don't care about what the bosses say about it, because they know at the end of the week, at the end of the month, they get their results. And it's all about results. And the rest is really liberating people. And why is this so important? Well, people want to work with us now. 10 years ago, only 18% who passed the tests in the recruiting company wanted to work for us. And now it's 93%. And of course, they can spend a lot of time with their family and friends. And this is what it is all about. This is what makes people happy. In the old days, they had to be 8 hours at the ministry, and to get there and back home, it took them 3-4 hours. So they lost 12 hours a day. Now they can work from home or anywhere and work 6 hours. We see it, in reality they work 6 hours. Why? They are working when they are concentrated. And when you are concentrated, you do 3 times as much work and better work than in other circumstances. So people who can't get up in the morning, you can't make them work in the morning. Don't do this. Let them work when they are concentrated. And so, in the old days, they lost 12 hours a day. Now they have to work only 6 hours a day. They have 6 or 5 hours more left to spend with family and friends. And so people who do this are less sick. We have the lowest sick leave in Belgium. There are less burnouts. We have practically no burnouts in our company. And they are more motivated, and they get a lot more results. It's all about family and friends. And so we have to change. And like you told us, we didn't know at the beginning we had to do this. Of course, we knew at the end because our people told us. Thank you very much. You have to change. You have to change. You have to change. But never stop thinking about new things. Thank you very much.
Merci beaucoup, Frank.